Tel Staffing and HR, in conjunction with PatriotTV.live, bring you Play Harder Radio, the premier patriotic sports and BS talk show from America's Gulf Coast. Things that matter in the world of sports and things that don't matter to anyone. It's just Faja's opinion. Where the F-bomb is allowed, but frowned upon. This is Play Harder Radio. And now, your host, James Grant.
All right. Welcome back to another week of Play Harder Radio. I'm here by myself. Todd and I are here by ourselves in the Tel Staffing and HR studios at 98 Weed Street.
That's right.
98 Weed Street. Everybody always laughs and says, "Is that real?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it is."
And Tia is on with us also.
So, yeah, we didn't do anything. We didn't. I'm sitting in the dark over here.
Are you? How?
Because their lights aren't on and they're covered up. It's
No,
cool.
The lights are on. The lights are
not
on you.
on.
You're fine.
So, anyway.
Your light. That's Tia's light.
Tia's with us.
Yes, she is.
She is remote tonight. How are you, Tia?
I'm good. How are y'all?
I'm good. Are you, is Kellie with us yet?
Kellie is not with us yet. Keep talking there for me, Tia.
Hi. Can you hear me okay?
You sound great.
Right on.
Good.
How's the week been?
Easy. I mean, most of my weeks are pretty easy. So how about you?
Weren't you in the garage this week for maintenance?
Are you still a douche? Yep.
Oh, yes. Yes.
You know what? I'm
yes
a
and yes.
fine-tuned machine, buddy. That's all I got to say about that.
Right on. Right on. She could have been here. Can we see her yet?
Yeah. You can. Can't you see the
Oh,
thing?
yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
You got stunners on?
Do you like my shirt though?
I can't see the shirt.
She's got your FU shirt on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. My pronouns are F and U. Woo!
Yeah.
That is, you know what? That is a beautiful thing right there.
Isn't it though? I already got like 4 compliments out on the beach today on the shirt.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, here's a question I have. Now,
Okay.
I promoted this shirt, months back or whatever. I've worn the shirt out on the beach. And you know what people say to me about the shirt? Faja, you're an asshole.
You're a racist white man?
Yeah, you're an asshole. But you wear it, same shirt, and it's like, wow, sweet shirt. Yeah. America.
Nobody can really be mean to me. I don't know what it is. This is how it works.
Me either.
Not to my face.
Me either. Me either. But the truth is I am an asshole, so whatever. What of it?
Nobody's arguing that.
Love me, people that love me say it, people that hate me say it. It's just the way it is. You know what I mean? Okay, that's last week's show. I'm trying to find it on this shitty. What is so hard about Facebook working in any kind of decent manner?
I think it's Zuckerberg's fault. You know what I'm trying to do is turn on the comments and I can't. Somebody say something on the comments for me, please.
I can't even get the video. All I have, I've got.
I haven't tried yet, so I don't know. I'm doing other things over here. What?
I got the last 2 weeks of us.
Okay.
What the hell?
Are you talking about on Facebook? It's there. I'm seeing it.
Well, it's not on mine.
Okay.
Well, I see.
Somebody's
see
asking
you,
about the swear jar. Gabrielle.
I was trying to fling it to my TV so I could just see the comments.
Gabriel.
You said you were going to send me one.
Who made that comment?
The swear jar?
Yeah.
That was Gabriel.
Gabriel, what's up, my man?
But Scott's saying you said you were going to send me one.
Yeah, I know. If you send me, I did say that, and I just saw the box in my office, so please send me your
okay, so Kellie's coming
address. and I will get it sent out within the week.
I'm going to admit Kelly now.
All right, I'm going to take another look here to see if it's up on this. All right, there it is, finally. Yeah, I'm trying to fill that damn swear jar up tonight early.
Hey, Kelly.
Where'd the girls go?
Hello.
I don't see
Just
them.
wait. Just wait.
Kelly.
I'll let Kelly
All right, I got
in,
it.
so I got to
This.
switch
Kelly,
things around.
is it 7 o'clock already there?
Sorry.
Or 8 o'clock there already in Indianapolis?
Okay, now I can't hear you.
Oh my
Hold on.
God.
Well, I can't do anything about
Every
that.
week's
wait
the
a
first week.
Hold on, I can't hear you.
Welcome
We
to
hear
the
you
shit
fine,
show.
Kelly.
Oh,
Okay, now I can hear you.
We hear you great.
I can't believe the clip that I really wanted to play was the one I played for you of the counseling, Todd, because it would remind me of Kelly and Tia if they were in marriage counseling.
Oh, well, that went to my phone.
what?
So
There's a.
From
I'll
from
send.
last night.
No,
Oh,
it
no,
was.
you-
I don't think I said. I was going to play it on the show tonight, but it's on Twitter. Let me see.
okay.
But the counselor is saying to the guy, do you feel like your wife is controlling in your relationship?
What are you trying to say?
What was that?
That was Kelly adjusting.
I was
something.
wiping my camera lens off.
Oh, okay.
Oh my Lord. So
I've been outside watering my garden, but go ahead.
where were we? Yeah, the
You
counselor.
said that Tia and I are controlling, so
No, I didn't say that.
That's why she cleaned
Yeah, you
I'm
did.
saying that the video reminded me of you two, and it went something like the counselor asked the guy, "Is your wife controlling?" And he sits there and he sits up in his seat, and then you hear her, and she goes, "Tell him no, honey. Tell him no. Say no." He's like, "No."
That's how we'd all be.
It was I laughed out loud so hard last night.
Oh,
when
we lost Tia.
when I saw
She's
that
back,
one.
and she's gone.
That's too funny.
Wait.
Ooh.
There she is.
Okay. Good.
Thank you, Tia. You're
We're
back.
off to a good start tonight. She's back.
Just getting everything.
And she's
straight.
gone? Cool. Let me see. Do I have messages? Yeah, Scott. There we are. All right. They're coming up like that. All right. I can see them.
Tia, aren't you right down the street? Why didn't you go to the studio?
I'm not. No, I'm actually not. I'm actually about 20 minutes away from him.
At least.
Oh, okay.
I'm at my beach condo, so it's just like, here I am.
Your beach condo.
Yes,
That's what we call the storage room of the liquor store now.
it's actually a real condo now. Have you been up here?
I know. It's
Are
sweet.
you hating?
I'm hating. Jealousy hating.
I think you have oceanfront property, Faja.
I don't. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
How's your week been,
First, you
Kel?
heard on my maintenance.
What's that?
Nothing. Love you.
Oh, it's mutual. It's mutual. Does anybody? Are you guys? Well, Tia, I know you are. Kelly, are you on Twitter that much?
No.
Okay, it
I
wasn't a judgment
don't
call.
check it daily, but then when I do check it, I'm like on there for an hour because
Yeah.
I'm just like rabbit hole.
Right.
Hole.
I would like to. Dan Rather could. He won't go away, will he?
I didn't even know he was still alive.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what I
what
said.
Todd said earlier. Isn't he dead?
Yeah.
I mean, he's
irrelevant,
disgraced for
so
lying
I guess
about.
I didn't realize he was still alive.
He was disgraced for lying about George Bush's military record.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
this dude is on there making comments like he is St. Christopher or something. Or the Virgin Mary or even something that holy. The comments he's making.
Yeah.
I'm like, shut
He
up.
gets ratioed pretty good, though.
Oh, yeah.
What's the other guy, though, that used to be like a big guy and like in sports and stuff? O'Brien? Or
Oh,
I make fun of him all the time.
Keith Olbermann.
Yes! Oh, my God.
He's an absolute idiot.
There's not a
Keep it.
bigger. Oh, man. You know what? You always say, I keep saying, oh, that's the biggest piece of crap in journalism, history, or whatever. But there's just so many.
Yeah, right. You can't say it about everybody because then it loses its value.
Yeah, then you got Joy Reid coming in hot. Like, where do you? Oh, Whoopi Goldberg. I mean, like, where do we go? It's like
Pig Central. Jeez.
I know.
It's just mind-boggling, the lying that they, the just abject lying that they do.
Speaking of,
yeah.
Did her camera?
Biggest
Did
liar
you
on
freeze?
the planet this week.
What's that?
The biggest liar on the planet this week.
Cassidy Hutchinson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Cassidy Smollett.
Cassidy Smollett. That's awesome. Yeah, we're gonna do the Tucker's monologue from the Department of Justice. I call it the DOJ monologue from last night or the night before.
Oh gosh.
At the end, that's going to be the last part. That's going to be the last part.
I was listening to that watering my garden last night.
Yeah, just mind-boggling. All the arrests. Well, we'll get into that. But on the J6, Cassidy Hutchinson, they bring in somebody to testify on hearsay, which was basically like Vindman over the Ukraine phone call thing, right?
Oh yeah.
Was it
pedophile?
That was their bombshell. That was their bombshell.
Yeah, that's their bombshell. Hearsay testimony that Trump, from the back of the beast, lunged at the Secret Service in the front of the limo.
Do they realize that there's like a wall between there?
He wasn't in the beast, though. That's where he fucked up.
He wasn't even
in the beast. He was in the SUV, which is even farther back and still has the same precautions as the beast.
And they don't think they thought Secret Service would just back their lie?
You don't think that there was a video? Like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah, there's videos of everything.
And then that's the thing. And Liz Cheney, that's skank, and Adam Kinzinger, those are, I guess, the two. What do I want to say? Chair people of the J6 charade.
They're the chair people of the I Hate Trump Club.
Yeah, because Daddy got Liz, just like Meghan McCain. They don't like it when Daddy gets exposed for what he really is.
It's TDS Anonymous. That's what that fucking club is. Just like stupid.
They're still. I mean, we're almost a year and a half later. They're still. That's all they got is Trump.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they got nothing on it. It's been has it been 6 years? I'm going after him. 6 years, and they still have 0. Yeah.
But people, you know what? Who was it? I think Tucker said it in the monologue thing we go over. But, the Secret Service already came out and verified to NBC that didn't happen. But the shock value was already out there and had done its job. They all came out, Cheney, Adam Kinzinger.
Yeah, I was really worried. I was like, oh my gosh, this is bad.
Yeah, so my husband always watches freaking after Channel 3 is right, our local news. Then ABC comes on right after it. So it's just automatic in my house. So ABC News, Dan Rather, who I think is the most punchable, David Muir, I'm sorry, the most punchable person ever. He's talking, he's asking a reporter about all of it. He's going on, and the reporter tells him live on air. So the Secret Service is and he didn't even know what to say. He was just like stunned. He was shocked.
That's awesome.
It was amazing. I hate that guy, David Muir. Even the sound of his voice.
Well, I would never watch. I haven't watched network TV except for maybe a sporting event in years.
Yeah.
I'll have a talk with your hubby about his habits.
So it's always Channel 3. So at night, I get David Muir, but in the morning, it comes down right after Channel 3 news.
The View.
Yes, The View.
So you get.
So right when I wake up to get my coffee, I see Whoopi Goldberg on the television. He's already left. There's nobody at home. The TV's just on.
Queen Pig and everybody. Queen Pig and Company.
Oh, I heard they're like doing a petition to get rid of her.
Of Whoopi?
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, get rid of. I gain
Racist.
5 pounds a week. Anna Navarro as well.
Ooh, she's man. So like, if we did like a poll on who would be the worst, I think it would come out so even.
Yeah, you can't. Like I was saying earlier, you can't. Every time you think of, all right, this person's at the top of my list for the throat punch, and you're like, oh no, what about? I mean, like Joy Behar could never go down low, right? But you know what? Speaking of the lies, the senior legal analyst for CNN, it's Elie. It's a guy, Elie. To me, that's Ellie, but I suppose it's supposed to be Eli. Eli Honig has got this big, long, multi-tweet of why Cassidy Hutchinson is telling the truth, why it makes sense that she's telling the truth. I mean,
a thread.
They don't. You know, you talk about psychology, and it's like they already said. They know the psychology that if you tell a lie enough, it becomes real. If you say something, make people think something enough times, it becomes real.
Yeah, fake it till you make it, baby.
And that's what they do. And they use it in the negative manner, in an evil manner.
Yeah, that's what propaganda is.
They're the worst. You know, and they double down on their projection, right? They double down on, I mean, I got people calling me a projection, what did she call me?
Toxic.
There's no, let's see here. Let me find it. I get a lot of people saying a lot of stuff to me on Twitter.
I bet.
Oh, always opposite day in Magistan. Because I said, and this is what she's trying to say is opposite. Somebody says, oh, Dan Rather, this is what started it all off. Out of the blue yesterday, he said, let us not forget Uvalde. And then Cindy,
Forget what?
Let us not forget Uvalde, Texas.
Okay.
The shooting,
okay.
Right? And then Cindy Lou, Dangerous Snark, says, Dan, I don't think we will get the full truth until we change leadership here in Texas. Another good reason to vote blue. And so I said, everywhere violence is rampant is blue. Wink.
Right.
Right? And so that's when Carla says, always opposite day in Magistan. So they even project again, just projecting calling us for doing what they do. I mean, how can it even be denied that everywhere violence is rampant is blue?
Yeah. Can we just talk about what Kelly just sent me?
Why not? Sure.
What?
That was at the beginning of the show when he was mouthing off about your glasses.
Yeah, and she said, Tia Rebello, you need to kick his ass. And she got a fucking warning for that.
No, I'm restricted for 2 days. I can't comment or post.
What?
Yeah.
Everybody see that?
She's been, yeah, AJ wants to know, why are you wearing shades? Kelly has been reprimanded by Facebook like this before for losing her shit on me, for posting on me.
And it always involves the kicking of the ass.
The kicking
you know what? I'm so glad
maintenance.
that
maintenance, AJ. Okay, maintenance.
Yeah. I'm so glad that I have Facebook to protect me from scum like
From
Kelly.
me. Yeah.
For myself.
Yeah, but that J6 stuff is just. Can we play the Joe Biden on Facebook or on YouTube, the one that's in the browser?
Yeah.
This is priceless. Listen to this.
And by the way, my sympathies to the family of your CFO, who dropped dead very unexpectedly. My best to their family. It's tough stuff.
That's it. Who dropped dead unexpectedly. My best to their family. Tough stuff.
That's our president.
Unbelievable.
He's an absolute fool.
Did you guys see him when he did that interview with I forgot what it was, but it was like the two black hosts, and he said that drunk driving shouldn't be a felony.
Oh, yes, I saw that today. Yes.
What?
And they were just like, look, they went like this.
They didn't know what to say. That's like,
yeah.
Whoever knows what to say when he talks.
His handlers were freaking out as he said that. I guarantee.
I'm sure.
Todd, can you get the? I sent you just a video from my phone, so I don't know how difficult that's going to be. But in the email, that should be in the first tab.
Okay, hold on. I was getting the PragerU one ready, but I'll.
Oh, okay. We can do that one first. That one will be after that. Get the PragerU one ready and do that one after it. We're going to go a little bit into the trans women in sports for about 10 minutes with PragerU. And then one other thing, but to finish up on Biden, Joe Kennedy said something really good congressman out of Louisiana. He goes, $5 gas, which was $2 when he took over, $5 now, crashing 401ks, and it's all because our economy is doing better than it's done in decades.
Oh my God. You would have to be literally, totally, mentally, just deranged to believe that comment.
They do, don't they? They do believe it, don't they?
They believe it?
Yeah, people watching ABC, CBS. You know, I know tons of people out there that think the government sucks, but you know who their news source is? PBS or NPR.
NPR, I was just going to say that.
NPR.
So
No. Or they think that if they don't watch Fox or CNN, they're not watching propaganda. But what did I show you guys earlier in the text? Who tweeted what? Or the post I sent out? Right here. Who posted that? Oh, Good Morning America. Nobody thinks that's propaganda. Everybody thinks that's middle of the road. What did they say? Ketanji Brown Jackson is sworn as the first black Supreme Court justice. Tell me you don't fucking watch propaganda if you watch them.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
They just took that title away from one of the greatest men to ever live.
So the last thing that I see that you've sent to the email is at 6:40.
Wait a minute.
Which would have been a long time ago.
That doesn't even make sense. Clarence Thomas is black.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Maybe they left out the word woman.
Ladies and gentlemen, our hosts are sharp on this show. That only took her 45 seconds to pick up on.
That's right.
Wait a minute, Tia. Wait a minute. Clarence is black.
But I thought it said woman at first.
Well, because you're smart. Actually, she's smart, so she didn't even need somebody to write it out for her because she already knew the fucking truth.
Oh, brother.
But dumb people that have to read a word at a time would get caught up on that and believe it. But your brain automatically knew the truth.
Right. I'm like, wait a minute. Where's the word woman?
Right.
So that's not even a true statement.
No.
No, it's just
they so disrespectful.
The last one in there is first grade New Jersey.
But they can't stand him anyway, so.
The last one in there is first grade New Jersey.
They don't
You
care.
weren't in here yet,
Right.
but I just told them that I cried twice.
That was sent at
when I watched
6:40.
the documentary.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
What'd you say?
I was
I'll
talking
text
to
it.
Todd. I'm sorry. Yeah, whatever.
We got
We got two different
things going
conversations
on.
going on here.
So let's, do you have the end of women's sports ready?
Is that the Prager one?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, yeah.
So this is something that really is a great, everybody out there should share one or two of these a week, different ones of these a week, the PragerU 5-minute videos. because they're excellent.
You mean share it on our Facebook?
What's that?
You mean share it on our Facebook?
Social media. Yeah.
Okay.
Anywhere we can on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I don't know that it'll let the whole 5-minute one go on Instagram.
Well, they're on YouTube.
No.
Most all of these are on YouTube also. So you can watch them on there.
I screen record everything. I don't share a link. I screen record everything.
So, shoot to thrill.
Okay.
With the PragerU video.
Here we go.
I've been training to be a championship sprinter since I was 8 years old. With the help of my parents, my coaches, and my teammates, I did it. By sophomore year of high school, in 2018, I was one of the top 5 female high school sprinters in Connecticut. But then, one day, I wasn't. At the state championships that year, 2 people passed me, passed all of us girls, literally. They finished first and second in our races, dominating the field. Were they more motivated? Did they train harder? I don't think so. But they did have an edge, a big one we couldn't match.
They had a penis.
They were biological boys who said they were transgender girls. Do you think that's fair? Males competing against females? Before you make up your mind, let me tell you a bit about what it took for me to become a top female sprinter. It meant training with my team every day after school for at least 2 hours, working to shave fractions of a second off of my time in the 100 and 200 meter dash. It meant not hanging out after school or going out with friends on the weekends. It meant getting up early every Saturday morning and competing all day at a meet. It meant not indulging in any of the things that might cost me my dream. And here's the thing about the 2 biological males that took the top 2 girls' medals in the state of Connecticut. Their times were not even good enough to qualify them to compete in the state championships on the boys' team. Let me say that again in case you missed it. Their times were not good enough to qualify them for the boys' state championships. But 2 years in a row, they won first and second place competing against the girls. All in all, these 2 biological males won 15 women's state championship titles. Some in the media have accused me of being a sore loser. They tell me to run harder.
Yeah, right.
But the biological changes that males go through during puberty are so significant, they gain an insurmountable advantage in strength and in speed. That's why boys...
You know, when I hear this stuff and the media calling her a sore loser and telling her to run harder, train harder and stuff.
I want to punch him in the face.
You know, yeah, then it just... You know how we just talked about who's at the top of your heap for the throat punch? It's just a revolving door.
Yeah, I know.
Because they're just absolute scum.
They are scum bags.
Go ahead, Todd.
Always competed against boys and girls against girls. U.S. runner Allison Felix is an inspiration to me. She's the fastest female sprinter in the world. Her lifetime best for the 400 meters is 49.26 seconds. But based on 2018 data, nearly 300 high school boys in the U.S. alone could beat that record. What we are talking about then is not just boys taking women's trophies, though they are. And we aren't talking about biological boys taking women's athletic scholarships, though they'll do that too. When biological boys are allowed to compete against girls in sports like track, where the differences in performance are so great, we are talking about girls getting shut out, never getting the chance to win or even compete at all. When 2 biological boys took the first and second place spots against me in the 2019 Indoor State Championship, I lost the opportunity to participate at the New England Championships. I lost the chance to be scouted by top coaches, possibly even to win scholarships. Right now, biological boys are being allowed to set records on the girls' team, deleting girls' records, erasing the achievements of actual girls, and setting a standard probably no girl can meet, no matter how much she trains or how hard she tries. The reason that we have girls' sports in the first place is to give female athletes with talent, hard work, and dedication an equal opportunity to shine and be recognized. But girls will never have that opportunity if they are forced to compete with biological boys in sports like track and field, softball, volleyball, or basketball.
Any
Women fought
sport.
too hard for too long so girls like me can have the opportunity to compete on a level playing field. Maybe worst of all, when girls try to object, when we point out the truth, that biological differences in strength and speed between boys and girls are massive and real, we're called bigots. Administrators, teachers, coaches, and other students tell us to just keep quiet and take it. We are told a girl's place is to be seen and not heard. Well, we won't be silenced. We are fighting back. With 2 other top female runners in Connecticut, I have filed a federal lawsuit under Title IX
That's
to
right.
protect the rights of women and girls to a fair competition on a level playing field. Please don't turn your backs on us, America. This isn't about gender identity. It's about fair play. I'm Selena Soul for Prager University.
This
Damn right, Selena. That's an awesome video.
She's gonna go on to do big things, this girl. She deserves it. She's been fighting.
You know, love for her. I love it when I love people that stand up. You know, the school administrators, teachers, and coaches tell them to just shut up and take it.
Hey, shout out to Prager, by the way. Shout out to Prager in general for giving young voices. There's so many like amazing young voices out there.
Oh yeah,
And it's all been stemmed from Prager. Prager is creating the biggest movement ever. Charlie Kirk, everybody, like that comes from Prager. So his legacy is like amazing.
Yeah, incredible. Don't let before we go into some of the last stuff, or into the 2 big stories. Remind me to say something about Prager on that Daily Wire thing last night. That was that I heard him say.
I mean,
that thing was that was great.
I know. Well, we just got a whole into that app, and I cannot wait to go through it and just find some really good content, because these are the, I hate to say it, like the forefathers of our generation that are standing up for us, and like the greatest minds of conservatism. So I'm so like interested to get dig in there.
The Ryman Theater's in Nashville, which is where that event was last night, and it was slammed. Slam packed.
What do you mean?
Slam packed.
Full.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like slandered. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That crowd was really loud.
Yeah.
I want to pay attention to when they do their next event like that, because I would love to fly in and watch.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I already did that. Never mind. Do you have the other video?
The new one that you just sent me or had me download?
The one we just talked about?
The one that we wanted me to download.
Yeah.
I guess this is it.
This is another part of a PragerU video, and I think I've only got about 15 seconds here, but it's outstanding.
Okay, hold on. It's
PragerU video, but
is that you talking in the background?
It's,
Okay. Well, it's
So I can't like or comment on any of these things that I normally do. I like all the comments.
What put you in Facebook, Joe?
That when I said you need to kick his ass.
No way.
That's what she was talking about.
Facebook doesn't like violence against Jim.
Okay, here we go.
Jim's
you'd be nice.
only appropriate violence on Facebook.
Starting in September 2022, New Jersey first graders will learn about gender identity under new sex education guidelines.
Well,
a sample lesson plan reads as follows. You might feel like you're a boy, even if you have body parts, as some people might tell you are girl parts. You might feel like you're a girl, even if you have body parts, as some people might tell you are boy parts. And you might not feel like you're a boy or a girl, but you're a little bit of both. No matter how you feel, you're perfectly normal. Yes, Junior might be struggling with his fractions, but never fear, he's rock solid on his preferred pronouns.
September.
Okay.
Coming
so,
to a new
Fight everybody.
Regarding this, listen to this story if my friend just told me today. And this is what has to happen. So her daughter is a teacher. Last year was her first year. And I'm not going to go into the situation she got into. It was about a stupid art project because she asked them to tell information about themselves. So she said, are you a boy or a girl? You know, what hobbies do you like? What subjects are your favorite? Just general stuff, okay? She's a middle school teacher. But my friend's nephew is a high school teacher. Okay. So this little Ben Bet comes into school and says, and he's saying their names like the beginning of the school year. Her name is Kellie, and she's a female. She wants to be called Clay. So he's like, I'm not calling you by anything other than your name. So they go round and round. He gets called by the parents, she gets mad. The student gets mad. He contacts the parents, and the parents say, we do not want you calling her anything other than her actual name. Guess what the school said? The school said the teacher had to call her by whatever name she wanted to be called by. So he marches down to the principal's office and says, I will not be calling this student by anything other than her actual given name. If she doesn't like that, then I will call her by her last name. I will say Miss Smith, whatever. Right. I will not be calling her by this made up name. And nothing happened. So if we had teachers that would stand up, absolutely, instead of just going along with this bullshit, it would end.
That's your name. That's your government name. That's the name your parents gave you. Your parents fucking own
it
you
isn't
until you're
now,
18.
though. It isn't now, though. So, if I was in school, I would march in there and say, my name is Her Royal Highness or Your Majesty.
Yeah, I'm Queen fucking Sheba. That's what I would do. Mm-hmm. But this this doesn't happen in conservative states. Like, you can't just a teacher can't walk in, or the school can't tell a teacher, like, you have to do this. Be like, no, I'm not. And that's that. Mm-hmm. But in every other state, what is happening? Wait.
It's the total agenda.
It's so bad.
It's the agenda to take over the schools with this liberal bull crap.
Well, Tia, you said that, but if teachers don't stand up, it will be coming to the school system.
That's right. And this guy stood up, and he didn't have to do it.
1,000,000%. But most teachers are scared because they don't have a government or a governor that backs them up, and that's the problem. Right. Here, we can roll like that. But other places like California, even if a teacher believes that, their government will not back them up, and that's so sad.
Well, then they need to just quit. Sorry.
Speaking of Speaking of governors, I can't wait for Carrie Lake to get elected.
Oh my gosh! She is the biggest badass.
Did you see
She's the next DeSantis.
Did you see the clip? Did you see the clip of her on Australian 60 Minutes?
No, did you see
where the lady came up and asked her?
That's CNN.
It was a dude.
CNN.
It was that was the CNN one. Was
to the interview?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
That was awesome.
But the Australian the Australian 60 Minutes one, she was on Zoom with them doing an interview, and they started out bashing Trump or whatever, and she's like, "All right, pound sand. I said I'd do a legit interview, and you're an idiot. Go pound sand." Basically.
Cool.
I mean, she just.
But is she in the interview?
Yeah, they were doing the interview.
Oh, and you know what she does? She records it, and then they edit it, and then she sends out the real recording. She secretly records
that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
She is the next DeSantis.
She is. Oh, I'm telling you, 2028 DeSantis Lake.
That's the move. You know that, right? Do you know that I've listened to Matt Gaetz' podcast, and I listen to a bunch of people, and I've been watching. You know who's going to make the move in 2028? 24 is AOC. 1,000,000%. That's happening.
Oh gosh.
That is 100% happening. 100%.
Could you
That's why
imagine
when
that?
she was asked on Kimmel if she would back Biden, she would not say. And then she went on Fallon or whatever. I'm probably mixing the two
That
up.
was
and they're saying,
what's the
No.
guy from Comedy Central?
so she
Was
went
it-
on one. She said she
Even
wouldn't back
Colbert
Biden.
asked
Colbert.
her if she was going to run for president.
Yeah, Colbert.
Yep. And then Matt Gaetz, his podcast said she's running. running.
Oh, good God.
I hope she
Beam me
does.
up,
She'll make a
Scotty.
fool of herself.
That is the same thing as having a 3-year-old run the country.
She won't. She'll back out of debates. She can't possibly debate.
Oh, that's true. That is
It doesn't
true.
matter, you guys. It doesn't matter. She's a brown, pretty girl. Those fucking dumb fucks don't care about issues. They care about, are you going to give me money and can I abort my baby after it's born? That's their
Yeah.
issue. Issues like economics, like 401ks, property taxes. They don't care about any of that. They want
That's
this
for rich
type-
people, Tia. That's not for the everyday man. That's just for rich. That's just
Yes.
inflation is whatever, transitional, whatever.
Transgender. It's transgender.
It's trans.
Yes.
That you're right, Tia, because they none of them vote on economic stability, on fiduciary
Because they don't own shit. They don't
No,
own
they
shit.
don't. Yeah, they don't care.
They
responsibility.
want free handouts, abortions, and they want to fight fucking fake climate change shit and like buses in every city and town. That's what they want. They don't care about anything else. They just don't.
Let me ask you a question on the well, we know they wouldn't because on abortion. We know that they wouldn't because is it Rankin or Raskin? Jamie Rankin?
Raskin.
Jamie Raskin in Maryland asks
Little Jamie Raskin. That's what they call him on Bannon's War Room. Little Jamie Raskin.
when he asked Catherine Foster, I can't remember what her organization is, but she said
Yes.
they don't agree. They don't. These new abortion laws don't include exceptions for rape and incest. And she comes back with, "Would you vote for it if we included it?" Whoa.
Yeah.
So let me
Just
ask you
forget it.
hypothetical
He
question.
said, just forget it. I'm done.
Hypothetical question.
So if you go to Planned Parenthood, say the word for me, Kelly. Ectopic. I can.
Yeah,
read it.
ectopic.
Thank you.
Ectopic.
Ectopic, pregnancy, and all those other things are not under abortion. They're called something completely different. If you go to Planned Parenthood,
Yeah, that's
which
their
I
new.
do have the screenshot.
They're running that rhetoric. If I have an
0.5% of the population that gets abortion for incest, and only 1% is rape. So 600,000
below
babies
one.
killed.
how much for incest?
It's 0.5.
Yeah,
Half of a percent,
yeah. I
half of a
think the
percent.
total, that was in one study that you showed. In another study, the total for both was under 1%.
Right. So we're going to kill 600,000 people for 1% of a population.
So let me ask you
Okay,
the
but wait a
question.
minute. It gets better.
We can
It
reverse
gets
that for the
better.
jab, right?
Why are they closing Planned Parenthoods because they can't perform abortions anymore if that is only 10% of what they do?
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, they
Like
lied.
fucking,
Listen,
they do, but they get emotional on people, and people will fucking fall for emotional shit instead of reading numbers.
Aunt Abby Johnson used to work for Planned Parenthood, had 2 abortions herself. She said they don't. It's not Planned Parenthood. There's no planning. They flat out sell, push, promote abortion.
Have you ever seen her movie?
That is, I have not.
It's worth seeing.
Unplanned.
Yeah.
I've seen parts of it. Yeah, she's phenomenal.
But I will.
But you know what? My son the other day, because we have this. He's a recovering addict, right?
Mm-hmm.
He'll be 8 years in October, clean and sober. And he has
That's
a real
awesome.
issue with. He sent me a video the other day. He goes, he goes, I know this is gross, Dad, but just bear with me. So it was around a construction site or whatever, and he takes a video with his phone, and it was tampon box or something like that, and then goes into the porta-john, and it was tampon stuff, like the leftover stuff and everything.
Yeah.
Laying around, and then he shoots down into the porta-john, and it was like 6 or 7 syringes.
Right.
And
We
he
just
goes,
lost Kellie, by the way.
what's that?
We just lost Kellie, by the way.
And he goes, I'm sorry, Dad.
And she's back.
He goes, I'm
Okay.
sorry, Dad. She shouldn't have a baby.
I
And
missed
I'm
the
not
whole story
disputing
because
that.
it was spoken.
I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying that we have to have I mean, let's not be barbaric. Like, you don't have to say conception. I'm not going to argue about the when and what, but like, we have to stop somewhere.
I agree. Well, that's what, Kellie, what do you think about
Reasonable.
that situation? I know your
What'd you say?
I know your convictions. What do you think about that situation?
Which you cut out. I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear me tell about the video Jared sent me?
No, I did not hear
Okay,
you. It completely shut off.
He sent me a video. Jared and I argue. Jared flat out agrees that an abortion is killing a baby. There's no.
Okay.
He's not a clump of cells guy.
Okay.
He realizes the horror of what he's saying, for lack of a better term. But
Okay.
he sent me a video. He was outside a porta-john or something. I assume somewhere near construction, because he's in roofing. Somewhere, it was outside of a porta-john, wherever. And it was something that he filmed yesterday. Empty box or whatever, tampon box outside. Goes around into the porta-john. There's the applicator things all over and everything. And then shoots a picture down into the the porta-john, and there's 5 or 6 syringes down there.
Ooh.
And he goes, and he said, I'm sorry, Dad, she should not have a baby.
Oh, right. Right. I agree. But
where do we...
20 different forms of birth control, okay?
What's that?
Choose one. There's 20 different forms of birth control.
Right.
Pick one.
Yeah,
Or
that's...
go get the tubes tied.
Would you concede, and I got more to get to about this, but would you concede to the plan B? How do you feel about the plan B?
Okay, I had this discussion with a friend of mine, and I used to think that was okay because it was literally, I mean, you really can't even prove that if you have sex and then you use that plan B, you really can't even prove that the egg has been fertilized
That you
within
ever
that
got
amount
pregnant.
of time.
Correct. Okay.
You can't prove it though.
Right. Agreed.
And so she's like, and I agree, conception is life. It's not a living thing until it's conceived. So, and once that happens, it is.
So once the sperm hits the egg, then you're like,
right. It is.
But they
it
don't
is
all.
a baby.
But just a sperm hitting the egg doesn't mean it's that the pregnancy happens, right?
Yes.
You don't know. That's what she's saying, right? You don't know.
No, I was saying I'm saying, say somebody's
A
raped,
fertilized egg.
and they go immediately to the hospital.
Yeah, go ahead.
I
So
just
they
want
go
to know,
immediately to the hospital and get that plan B thing. And it, whatever it does, I don't know. Does it empty the contents of your uterus? I don't know.
I think it makes you, like a mini something miscarriage.
Right.
but I mean, there's no baby that's happened yet. I think it just like kills.
That's what I was saying. But she said, how do you know that the fertilization hasn't already happened? So I am definitely conception. I'm a conception person.
You're a conception. I'm a heartbeat person, personally, because I was raised really bad. I was raised in foster care. I was raised around drug addicts, blah, blah, blah. And I think that you get to a point it's barbaric, but at the same time, I think once a heartbeat happens, you have to be, I'm not a religious person by any means. I'm very moral, but you have to be, I don't know what the word is. Just there's things that happen in life that you have to, I don't even know the word, but I just think once a heartbeat happens, which I think is around 6, 7, 8 weeks, after that it's barbaric. But I do know that if you're raised like how I was raised in the people that I was raised around, you might have a different view on it. That's all I have to say.
Which is what Jared.
But after fucking a heartbeat,
I
I'm
see your
not down.
point. Yes, I understand your point.
Which is what Jared has, being a drug addict for so long and sending me that video.
Yeah,
Okay,
because you don't understand what it's like.
Let me show you this picture that my friend sent me that this girl posts every year on the day that she miscarried. The baby was 10 weeks old, fully developed, all arms, all legs, all toes, all everything. 10 weeks.
Yeah, we're all in agreement.
Right, that's what we all, I think we all can come to
We're
that
all in
agreement. But if we go too far at conception, we will fucking lose everything all the time.
So let me ask you. So here's my. So Kelly, you said your friend is saying that you can't use the plan B because you don't know.
Right.
Correct.
Okay. Well.
Right.
Okay.
It depends on if you're going to come from like a religious standpoint or like where you're coming from, though.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Agreed. So let me ask you this.
But when you.
So if we had if every state would pass, and they won't do it, so it doesn't matter. Because as Tia posted earlier in the week, the video of the girl saying, you know what? You said give us abortion at 20 weeks, and you know we're cool. But then it was after, and then it was a few months, and then it was now it's up to a baby can be born in some instances,
right?
And they can decide to let it die on the table. You push
safe,
what they
legal, rare.
What they do with every single solitary thing is push it, push it, push it. Right?
It's almost like how evil can we get it?
Right.
Yeah.
So let me
give
ask
them an inch and they take a mile.
First of all, I don't need the government to regulate my morality.
You can't. You cannot regulate morality.
Well, that's what the abortion issue is.
But what point is something murder?
And so
that's where we're at.
Exactly, Tia.
I'm saying, let me ask you this. So here's the.
And when something is alive and its heart starts beating, I believe it's murder.
If we could agree to the 6-week to the heartbeat bill in all 50 states, okay?
Yes.
And if everybody would agree to it with the rape and incest and mother in danger, life in danger,
they won't. They won't. That's not good.
Okay, but we're doing a hypothetical.
But that's the win. No,
I'm going for a hypothetical situation here.
Right.
We ask, and let me make this point. We say, what is one of the things? I'm like, you want to take my money for just like Planned Parenthood. The government gives Planned Parenthood $450 million a year.
Oh shoot, it's more than that.
Okay, whatever it is.
It's a lot.
A
lot.
Whatever, 700. Maybe it's 700.
Okay.
Whatever. I don't give a shit. I don't think we should give it to them. I'm like, go. I go, if you believe in it so much, and you believe,
absolutely,
and you believe that the majority of the country, which I do not believe is true, is for abortion, then go get the money privately.
Yeah, exactly.
So what I'm asking, what I'm asking is, if they would agree to a heartbeat bill, with the exceptions that we've talked about, would you quit fighting about it and handle the rest of it if you're convicted, the 0 to 6 weeks, 0 to heartbeat, conception to heartbeat? Would you quit fighting about it politically and handle it under privately funded activism to reduce the rest. Would you agree to that?
That was a very long, loaded question.
That was a great question.
So you're saying if none of the money is coming out of my pocket to fund Planned Parenthood, is that what you're saying?
Correct.
It's not really part of the question. The question is if we would agree, of course that's something I want to happen. But if every state agreed to the heartbeat bill with the exceptions that we talked about, would you quit fighting about it politically?
Well, if we kill old people if they're an inconvenience?
That's the thing. That's what it's going to lead to.
No, Kelly, honestly, if everybody in the country would commit to once there's a heartbeat, would you still fight against it?
Politically.
I would still say it's wrong, yes.
Would you?
Right.
Would you still fight about it politically? Can we take it off the table politically?
Mm-hmm. Like gay marriage, let's say. I mean, obviously, you might not be into gay people and agree with it, but you're not fighting against gay people.
Right. I'm not fighting against. Yeah.
That's
I'm not
so
fighting
it's the same
them,
thing.
No.
Can we take it off the table politically if it was agreed to?
I don't know. I can't answer that question.
So how do we ask? How do we
It's a hard
then?
one.
If we're not willing to do that, how do we ask them to do anything privately?
I mean, how do you prove it? How do you prove it, Kelly? If there's not a heartbeat, you'd have to get a microscope out or something, right?
Well, they can do an ultrasound. They do an ultrasound and see the heartbeat.
Right, but that's what we're saying. If there is a heartbeat, what T is saying, if there's not a heartbeat yet.
But in my mind, it's still a baby. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so
Yeah,
just like
100%.
we tell them, fund it privately, fund that fight privately, make that fight privately, and let's make it more about what it's government or politics, more of what it's supposed to be about, and that's fiduciary responsibility. Can we fight that?
It shouldn't be on the list of things that we're fighting politically because the list is long. So if everybody agreed to life starts when the heart starts beating, would the people that are not wrong, I'm not saying you're wrong at all, like you that believe in conception, would they back off a little bit so we could get farther in on other issues?
They might. I would say they might. Yeah.
No, would you? Would you?
I don't know. I'd have to really think and pray about that. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think that's a really personal decision, and everybody's 1,000,000% should just do what's right for them. I'm just trying to figure out, because everybody's so divided, like where can we meet in the middle?
Mm-hmm.
And
well, I just don't think there will ever be, because one side wants it literally free for all. You know what I mean?
I think that they want,
and we want the complete opposite.
I think when they say free for all, we fucking cringe and we hate it. But when we say conception, they cringe.
Well, yeah, they die. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we have to stop being extreme on both ends, or we don't have to stop.
Okay, so this analogy goes back to, and I love this analogy. Okay, so if we just put a little bit of shit in the brownies, is that okay?
No, I mean, I'm right there with you. It's a great analogy, but not everybody agrees with that.
Nobody's asking you to quit believing that, us to quit believing that way.
No.
It's
how long after conception is there a heartbeat?
6 weeks.
It's 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Okay.
6 weeks at the earliest, 15 at the
5
very
weeks.
latest. So
It's 5 to 6 weeks.
I think
and a lot of states do have that.
6 and 15 is the spot that we should never go beyond for me personally. Because after that, then you start being barbaric, right?
The thing that yes, agreed. The thing that fuels the division is the continued attention to it.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying.
But I think it could go back to.
So I'm saying is, if everybody passes a 6 weeks heartbeat bill with the exceptions, and then can go out and start their own organization and fund it privately, life.com, life.org. Is that better, an overall better way to fight it? Because if we continue to fight, we continue to fight. And I don't need.
It does suck because compromise sucks, because compromise always ends up going compromise here, and then you compromise here, and then you compromise here, and then it always kind of gradually moves. And I think that's the thing that conservatives don't want to do. But like gay marriage, let's put it out. Conservatives were so against that, say like 15 years ago, 20 years out.
So were Democrats.
Then, now we're here, right? Now we're here. We have gay conservatives, and it's fine. And I don't give a shit. Honestly, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what anybody does with their life, as long as they're not murdering people. Happy about it. That's it. Like, we have to. I just don't. I think that like religion is beautiful and great, but I feel like it sometimes throws wrenches into society as a whole.
Well, but I also feel that that's why we're at the transgender thing now, is because we accepted that before, and now let's go a little farther, and I'm going to be You think it's because we compromise too much, and I completely understand with that too, and I can see both sides for sure. So I am torn. I'm very conservative, and I'm torn with the religion thing, and I'm torn. It's a hard one. I don't like
using the word religion, because organized religion gets nobody anything.
Or God, God in general. Yeah. Yeah. So I just I think like values are important. I don't think that we have to basically say religion, but like, I think we all have the same values, even though we don't have the same religion.
But it's like Jim just said, which I've said this for 20 years. You flat out cannot legislate morality.
But that's what that's still what we're doing.
Huh?
That's still what we're doing. I mean,
I forget how it is.
I don't feel that we're legislating morality. We are legislating the fact that it is murder.
If you kill a pregnant lady that's 4 weeks pregnant in a car, you get two murder charges.
That's exactly right. How is that possible?
If I stab you, Kelly, and you're 2 weeks pregnant, I'm catching 2 charges, right?
Yes.
Because want.
It makes no sense.
Because want determines life in that instance.
Because you want it.
Because they're feelings.
This is such a really, we could talk about this for hours, because
it is so
many layers.
Facets, yes.
And the people that are on the side that we're on, we're all on the same side, but we're just on different levels of the same side. Mm-hmm. We could talk about it for hours, and none of us are wrong. I think it's just more of a mental. Now, if you're above, when something's squirming around and kicking in a belly, and you want to murder that, I don't care what the fuck you are, you're wrong.
That's like that picture I shared earlier today. This chick is like 8 months pregnant with big old belly, and it has written on her stomach in red, "Not a human yet."
I actually have that picture, but guess what? In one of them, she's holding her 3-year-old kid in it.
Yeah, they're idiots.
That's fucking, or the people that took their kids that said, don't put this on anybody. And they had their little kid, a boy and a girl, and a big sign, don't put this on anybody. Don't force this on anybody.
Well, you know what the question that will, Tia, did you show it to, no, Todd and I were looking at it. This girl talking about my body. I get the my body thing. Okay. But biologically.
So then don't have sex.
But biologically, we are also talking about somebody else's body. And you want to make a choice for the baby. And the question that they will never, ever, never, ever answer is, what about the baby? What about the baby's choice and body? Who's looking out for the baby?
Right, but when we say things like don't have sex, which is true, you shouldn't have sex, but people that grew up in like dark circumstances or addict parents or never went to school or didn't see social media back in the day, didn't have that influence, that they didn't know anything about that. There wasn't no like you could just Google it, right? You can Google birth control. There was none of that. Like we just grew up in the fucking trailer park. Nobody told us shit about shit, and everybody's getting pregnant. So it's just like there is still communities out there that are like that, and so that's where that
okay. So that's true. So then why can't we make that the focus in giving girls options for birth control?
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
I'm down for that.
That's
Let's go through those neighborhoods and do implants that last 5 years. Norplant. What is it called? Norplant?
Yes.
Norplant lasts 5 years. Go in those hood neighborhoods, black or white. I'm not saying any fucking whatever her name is, shit. Offer Norplant. It lasts 5 years. Wait till you're an adult. Like that's what we should be doing. We should doing
proactively.
Privately.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't even mind paying if you're going to go put birth control in people's arms. I don't care about that. I'd rather do that than killing babies. Because when I was 15, 16, I was going to Planned Parenthood and getting condoms and shit. Let's be real.
Right.
All the young girls were
God.
all their shit. Yes. Where do you think I was getting like all the stuff from? I had acne. How do you think I got the birth control?
If conservatives tried to go in those neighborhoods and do that, they'd be considered racists.
Doesn't have to be conservative. That's where everybody has to start doing prevention things and educating people that don't get to see all the stuff we get to see.
The schools need, you know what? Instead of doing gender identity in first grade, pronoun shit in first grade, you know, they can spend that time talking about birth control in school.
Instead of tampons in the boys' room, let's put some condoms in there.
And litter boxes.
Whatever. Litter boxes. Yes. No, but really, dude, those get it, like the hood, whatnot, the trailer park, there needs to be people out there doing like Norplant or IUDs, whatever.
Listen, I managed an office for the roofing company I was with 7 years ago in Alabama. And I had a kid working for me. Between him and his wife, they had a couple kids. She had 2 previous kids, and she was pregnant.
Oh, gosh.
And he was 25.
Oh, my gosh.
And I'm like, dude, you know how this happens, right?
Get a vasectomy.
Right.
You know how this happens, right?
Yeah.
But
it's just laziness.
No, because after your second, third kid, guess what you get?
Money.
A bigger check, a bigger check, a bigger check, a bigger check, a bigger check. It's just a mentality and just how you are.
The Great
the bigger
Society.
The more taxes.
The Great Society.
It reminds me of a story of one of my son's best friends. He said one day, you know, I was an accident. And I said to his name, I said, look here. And he was he's been like a son to us, you know, when my youngest son was little younger. I said, don't you ever say those words again.
Right.
There are 20 freaking different forms of birth control. If you don't want to, somebody doesn't want to get pregnant, they will pick one. There is no such thing as an accident. And, you know, I just hate that kids think that about themselves.
Well,
no, that's terrible. Or but if I can't afford them and they have to go to foster care, then you should have killed them. When I was in and out of foster care, I'm glad nobody killed me. You know what I'm saying? That shit fucking hurts my feelings.
Yeah,
also.
But that was just
that's
up until a couple years ago that you became, you know.
Stop it.
Wait. Do I need to get closer for you, Faja? Wait, do you want me to get closer?
See, that's why you need to be in person, Tia, so you can just reach across the desk and slap his face.
Slap the shit out of him.
Oh, shit, I'm fine.
Wait.
Oh, dear. See, you really don't want us both in that studio at the same time.
Kellie, when are you coming?
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Oh, my my gosh.
My
that's in
husband
September.
doubled up these stairs about 7 times drunk as shit, and I've been like yelling at him. So, yeah, that's great.
So okay, let's get off this subject because it's
Yeah,
We could go on for eternity. Yeah.
we could.
so
We
that's
could.
the second video in the folder, or the second thing in the folder that I
Oh,
see on the
boy.
preview screen.
Yeah, I don't know why you ever have this big long list.
Right? No, we've gotten through most of it. We're just not getting. We're not.
We
It looks
have?
like we're not getting to Tucker. Yeah, almost everything. We talked.
Tucker.
Did we talked about Big Pharma? Real quick.
No.
When you call me,
The real story yesterday was the FDA granting Pfizer and all other big pharma companies the right to alter their drug makeups without clinical trials by a vote of
That
19
is
to
such
2.
cool. Sign me up.
So just make the drug however you want and sell it. So what?
Yeah. No testing, no nothing.
You know what? And that's, I was talking to my son about it. You know, the initial vaccines and stuff or whatever, I don't know, maybe still going or whatever. There were a lot of placebos out there, right?
Allegedly.
I believe that that's a fact in the Pfizer files now, and that they know that the people that had the placebo are still alive, and that the vaccine people are the people dying.
Oh,
But I'm just saying, it was a literal experimentation on the public as a whole.
Oh yeah.
Because you're not putting placebos out there if you got it figured out. Right? Right?
Yeah, they're not giving the placebo polio shots now.
I mean, why would you? If you haven't watched Dope Sick, you have to watch Dope Sick.
I've watched it. I didn't finish the last 2 episodes, but yeah.
Is it
What is that
mind-boggling?
on?
Is it mind-boggling? They're just ignoring. You know, they in that show. This is about the.
It's Pfizer, isn't it?
No, I can't remember the name of the company right now.
You were so dirty.
But it's the OxyContin epidemic.
That's like what Levin and Papatonio fought. That's their shit.
Gotcha. But they came to a point where people were getting hooked on it and having withdrawals, or having all these symptoms and addiction problems and everything. And they came to the conclusion that the reason was that that they were having trouble with it is because they weren't taking enough. They need to be prescribed more.
Yeah, they just upped their
That's the level. That's the level.
Sorry.
That's the level they'll go to sell their product.
Scott said Moderna.
No, it
I
wasn't
just
Moderna.
want to talk about that for a second because I know you guys
I
are
don't
on the
think
shop,
so.
but a little personal background story is like I lived in this big, beautiful house and had the greatest parents. They got divorced. My mom broke her back. She got on Oxy, what this movie is about. I had the best life ever. You know what my mom is now? She's a fentanyl junkie. It progressed. This is true. This is 100% true. It progressed too. She would take it for her back pain, right? Then they stopped giving it to her because the government was like, no, you can't keep doing this. Then she started making up headaches. She would go to every hospital to get more. She was perfect, like soccer mom, like nothing bad. Then they stopped doing that. So what she had to do, she had to go to the streets.
Yep.
And then when she couldn't find it on the streets, they would give her fentanyl. Now, to this day, she's still fentanyl addict. It's exactly how it happened, exactly in that movie. 1,000,000%. That movie is so factual. Like, I can't even tell you.
How do you not die from fentanyl?
I've never.
Right amount, and you build up a tolerance.
She has it's a patch, and then they put things in her back that was like kind of a pain pump thing.
Oh yeah.
But if you take the fentanyl away, then she'll die, right? Is the addiction so strong? But once the doctors cut you off, your brain tells you still hurt even when you don't, right? Because it's just like that's how addiction works. So you feel like you're in so much pain that you go to the streets. And that's how addiction works when it comes to painkillers. And it's the wildest transition. But that movie is exactly what happened to a fucking America, because I lived that movie. And that happened to not just me, but it happens to hundreds of millions of people. So that movie, everybody should see it, because that's what happened right there. Exactly.
The doctor's office that I used to work at had a Suboxone clinic, so I've seen it all.
Yeah. Yeah, no, my husband.
I've seen Suboxone firsthand. My son. Getting off the Suboxone was probably the hardest thing he ever did.
It is.
Not the oxys.
Hard.
Suboxone you just get addicted to that. You just get addicted to that.
I mean, it's robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's how they get away. They mess everybody up, and
just
then they're
like
like,
meth.
"Oh, I'm gonna get this."
Methadone.
Right. Yeah. It's all bad. But what happened with what they did with Vicodin and Oxy is the reason why we're in the predicament we are as far as drugs go in America. 1,000,000%.
Yep.
And everybody knew it was happening. All Republicans, Democrats.
Yep.
Okay, let's get to this video. I texted you the other night, Kelly, when I was just feeling shit about the country and stuff. We need to have a plan. We need to be proactive and do things, and not sit here and bitch about stuff the whole time, but talk about how we want things to be more than how we want to get to how we want things to be, more than about bitching about what they do. Right. Because I believe it with all my heart and soul. Yeah, I believe it with all my heart and soul that if you continue to give attention to their BS, you promote their BS and empower their BS. And so this is something I came across. This guy's name is Dan Schultz, and he was on the War Room with Tia's second favorite hero. And
who's my first?
I don't want to say it.
All right. This guy? Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay, third.
Okay.
But this guy
third Steve.
His whole thing, and I've got one person, maybe two, going to the next Escambia County GOP meeting to become precinct committeeman. Who this guy Dan Schultz said, right? You'll have to, but you should still come to the meeting a week from Monday. I'll go to Santa Rosa with you.
Okay, perfect.
But becoming a precinct committeeman is the same. He calls it the same as being a Minuteman back in the Revolutionary days. So let's go with that first video.
So do you want to play the Rumble video or
whatever number one is?
Well, it's not a video; it's a page.
Number one is a video, I'm pretty sure.
It's a page.
Okay, I want to play the video.
Okay. Well, I'm playing the video that's number 2 then, because number 1 is not a video. So. And it's an ad, of course.
This article out about me, what is it, American Rasputin. There's been a bunch of articles from that. I'm the evil genius. Of course, I'm just drafting off you. But then the news coverage. Here's the interesting thing about the news coverage. They're completely freaked out. They call us these anti-democratic fascist forces. But everything they start talking about, they say, well, he's getting people on this precinct strategy, and they're actually going and signing up to be precinct men in the Republican Party, or they're going to go be poll workers or poll watchers or election officials or canvassing boards or school boards, and they get all lathered up. Dan, the first time I met you, you told me essentially what you did is write a book and put together a concept that was a throwback to, I think it was 6th or 7th grade civics that you took when you were a young man before you went to West Point. why are they so worked up on American working class men and women just coming to the forefront and starting to take their party back, but also starting to take back the entire election apparatus?
Well, you've asked me that question before, and I think what I said then was they don't like we the people. They like to refer to themselves when they get elected as leaders. We're the United States of America. We don't elect leaders. We elect public servants.
Can we pause,
Those
please?
people that we elect are supposed to.
Do we all are in agreement, right? We don't elect leaders. They're public servants. That's always what this was supposed to be.
Yeah, y'all work for us. We pay your fucking
Servitude.
bills.
Right, servitude. Go ahead.
Serve us, and we're supposed to make sure before we elect them that they're the kind of people that will serve us, like Sarah Palin uses the term, a servant's heart. Unfortunately, we're electing, the people that are the worst kind of people. And, I like that Plato quote about, if you don't involve yourself in politics, you end up getting governed by your inferiors. And that's what we have right now. For too long, please. Not enough of we the people.
That is an incredible quote by Plato. If you don't get involved, I know people who say, well, I don't want to get involved. I don't want to get involved.
That kills me.
And if you don't get involved, like he said, you get involved with the worst. The worst become the ones running the show. Right?
Right.
And so, and if you want to, and you can go down the line of the, I don't know how many of the really stupid ones I can name on the right, but morally, and Lindsey Graham called down to Mar-a-Lago. I hope they slapped the shit out of him down there, and he resigns.
No, he went there today. He went there.
He'll be on the news next week singing a different tune. I guarantee it.
Yeah, exactly. But Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell, Dan Crenshaw's turned out to be a pile. But when you look at like Maxine Waters,
what a disappointment,
Sheila Jackson Lee, and AOC, and Ilhan Omar, and Raskin, and I mean just abhorrent people, just the worst.
I mean, you can only, like, on one hand, who the ones that are true are.
Yes.
Hey, Kelly, sorry, I have to interrupt. Because, Kelly, who's your governor again?
Eric Holcomb.
Douche.
So he's not even, like, in the news ever, right?
Oh, yeah, he is. He was over there at the thing over in
the summit?
Davos.
Was he?
Yep.
Yeah, he's bringing it to Indiana. He's bringing it to Indiana.
Here.
He's bringing the World Economic Fund summit to Indiana.
Yep.
Douche.
Indianapolis.
And
he's a Republican?
Yes.
Well, in name only.
Let's go with the video.
So are y'all going to vote him out or what?
Didn't I hear?
Well, I don't even know if he can run again. I think he's
didn't
done.
I hear today that Trump was 12 for 12 or something in his people that he was for?
He's like 5. He's like 90 and 5.
Yeah, it's been a lot more than 12. Way more. Yeah.
It's like 90 and 5.
Okay.
90 and 12 maybe. But it's like more than
that he was
just
back.
in the last election.
I think I saw today 140 and 10. Something like that.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So who's running against your governor? Let me see.
People
we don't know yet. We don't know yet.
In the primaries. I looked at the results, just the recent ones. Iowa, 70% didn't vote in that primary for Chuck Grassley. 70% of Iowa Republicans didn't vote. Over 67 didn't vote in the primary for the U.S. Senate, the Republican U.S. Senate.
Oh, y'all
Over
gave us
80% of eligible voters in Ohio didn't vote.
Put that together.
And then I saw trending today on Twitter, vote Republican. That's what we need to do, people. We need to vote if you're a Republican. But then the other thing that you need to do is engage. The phrase action, action, action. Just casting a vote isn't enough these days. Get off your rear end. It's not hard to do. Go to my site, precinctstrategy.com. Learn how to become an active member of your local Republican committee. It's not hard to do. And as you said, I learned all of this in 7th grade civics. It's just participating. We've got to, and I like that over the last few days you've been using that term, participatory democracy. That's what we have. The problem is not enough conservatives are participating yet, but we're starting to change that. And then you saw what happened yesterday in Otero County in New Mexico. Enough people got involved, being led by Professor David Clements, who used to be a county chair in New Mexico back in 2012. He went to the National Convention in 2012 as a county chairman. He's been involved in politics, and he's been encouraging people to get involved. And they packed those rooms, at the meeting rooms of the County Board of Supervisors, and convinced them that you're letting us down if you move forward with these Dominion machines. That could be happening all across the country, but it takes a little bit of participation beyond just voting. And that's my message. And that's why they're afraid of us. They're afraid we're going to do that. The left is afraid conservatives are going to do it. And I applaud Cleta Mitchell for what she's heading up. We've got to make sure moving forward that it can't be like it was in 2020 down in Tucson, where I worked as a poll watcher. We were lucky if we had 1 or 2 at each polling place. The Democrats had 5 at minimum at each polling place. We were lucky if we had 1 or 2 for half the day. I was down there supervising a whole bunch of them. This time, we've got to make sure we've got 5 Republicans, just like the Democrats had 5 Republicans everywhere. And you can do this, folks.
Dan's talking about this.
They are so much more motivated and organized.
They get out and do the work, and we got to get out and do the work.
Part of the problem is they get paid. I'm sorry, I'm talking for a second. Part of the problem is they get paid, a lot of their people, where we have to do it as volunteers, and I think that's part of the problem.
Right. Well, we don't have Soros backing everybody, but I will have to say Scott Pressler is the MVP of the.
Yes, he is.
Like, if it wasn't for him, we would not be sitting as good as we are right now, as bad as Joe Biden is. That man is a beast, and we need 100 more just like him. He is just as good as Stacey Abrams at making voters. And if he ever came to Florida, I would put him at my house for free. I would feed him every day. Like, he is so important.
He doesn't
eat
much. He's too skinny.
Well,
look at that little man. He's so important.
DeSantis just recently said the Republican numbers for new voter registrations that we used to be behind the Democrats a little bit. But we've got, like, I don't know, it seems like 180,000.
No, I know the number. So we were behind 186,000. Right now we're at 236 or 32. So
positive.
Positive.
So that's a 500. That's a 500,000.
Yep.
Republican
1,000,000%. Then, yep. That's why when Nikki Fried tweets out that she's 10 points ahead, she can fucking suck it.
Did you see that? I know you did, because I commented on it. But that Patty chick or whatever, that our next Florida governor, Nikki Fried, and we're like, yeah, fat chance, idiot. And then, and somebody said something. I love when they come back with, they're like, oh, we triggered somebody, and then their reply to being triggered is, oh, I'm not triggered, you're triggered. I'm like,
no, they're like, she's 10 points ahead, and I'm like, post the poll. I'll give you 15 polls to your 1. Post a poll. Nothing. Oh wait, he has $100 million in the bank. She has $2 million. Let's talk about that. Charlie Crease won't beat him, and he has $7 million. DeSantis has $115 million in the bank. There's not even it's not even close.
All their everything that they promote is a lie. Every single thing is a lie. Nice new hat, Trump.
I actually found this in my closet. I didn't even know I had it.
What were you doing in your closet during the show?
No, I had this since I started the show. I have no job now. I can I'm organizing now that
So
I'm like
show the page.
awesome.
Show the page. Go to this page, precinct strategy.
I tried, and it has no link on there for me to fill out to be a precinct committeeman.
Yeah, there isn't. You got to go. You got to find your. There's some state information there. Look for your local. What county are you in?
That's what I did. I clicked on the state information.
What county are you in?
Marion. We don't have to take up time on this.
I looked it up on my. I just looked it up. I just looked mine up on in my browser.
Oh, okay. No, you didn't go to precinct strategy.
Well, I went there to see what they were about and stuff, and
oh, okay.
maybe I did. I don't know.
On that.
I just found the guy and I texted him, and he texted me back within an hour and said, "I'll see you at the next meeting. This is great. I'll see you at the next meeting." But there's the website.
Well, I need to go to my Marion County then.
And then we, scroll down it a little bit. There's some good videos in there on how it works and what you can do. And you know what they said? I don't think we got to it, but he said it takes about 3 hours a month.
That's not bad.
I mean,
be a precinct committeeman.
I can give 3 hours a month to saving the country.
Mm-hmm.
To save the country. Diesel wants to save the country.
I'm not kidding. Marion County Republicans, MarionCountyGOP.org.
Okay.
There you go.
I hate the sound of that.
What's your dog's name, Tia?
Oh, this is D Money.
D Money.
LP, what's up?
LP's been at the break. We don't want to put LP on the camera.
I just saw him leaning in there. This dog right here. You start to pet this. You start to pet this kid, and he just sticks that butt up against you and rubs, and he's like, "Give it to me, baby. Give it to me. Give me some loving." Diesel.
It's just slobber. He's all slobber.
Diesel.
Ew, I can't stand that slobbering.
I know, my husband can't either.
All right, it's past 8:30. Scott Bergon, as usual, thank you for being out there. Tia, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
LP, thank you. Kelly, thank you. Todd, thank you. And we're gonna.
Yes.
Let's get involved, LP. Let's get involved in those politics, bro.
Yeah, yo, LP, get involved.
We got to get Hawaii flipped.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, big.
That
big
and
ass.
Oregon. Let's do it.
Ass.
Right?
I think what's her name is going to run again.
Tulsi?
Yes.
Yes, please.
I want to get some
so
truth about
visual.
her. I want to get some truth about Tulsi because
You should run.
We'll talk about it next time.
yeah, let's talk about it next time. Thank you, you guys. We'll see you next week.
Wait, hold on. What's this lady's name right there?
That's Kelly.
Kelly, with your Ahu hair, you would win. You should say you're a surfer. I'm a surfer, but my Ahu hair, you would win.
All right. My husband's definitely been at the bar, so bye.
We'll see you next week on Play Harder Radio.